year. So the first merit recipient is Ronan Duffy for his Journal.ie report, Fact Check, does the Irish law allow for gender selection of it? The second merit award is for a series of articles dealing with the EU privacy law known as the right to be forgotten. The judges said this focus series tackled an important legal issue for EU citizens, clearly setting out the criteria of how the law can be used and detailing how it is also open to abuse. So the second merit recipient is Shane Phelan for his Irish Independent Special Report, The Twins Win the Right to be Forgotten. And so the Justice Media Award in the Print and Online Journalism Daily category goes to a detailed exploration of the work of the district courts, including valuable insights from key figures. It focused on the overloaded system and highlights the growing resources issued faces by the court service. The judges said the research gone into this piece is evident and provides a flavour of the issues facing those that attend the district courts every day. Their seasoned journalism has delivered yet another piece of public service journalism which broadens our understanding of the district courts, and it was a standout piece. So the winners of the Justice Media Award in the Print and Online Journalism Daily category are Mary Carolyn and Simon Carswell of the Irish Times. Okay, so we're off and running. Category 2 is Print and Online Journalism Sunday, and there are 3 merit certificates awarded in this category this year. The first is, as the judges say, a report which examines a number of cases relating to the grooming of children and subsequent prosecutions. The judges said the journalism offered a comprehensive and measured report with good legal context examining the actions taken by the public that could risk a case and viable prosecution. So the merit recipient is Barry J. White of the Business Post Special Report, The Rise of Paedophilia, Hunters, Heroes and Misguided. The second merit award is for a series of articles focused on the relationship victims have with the legal system in Ireland. The judges said, drilling into the key issues facing victims in Ireland's legal system, this series covered important issues in simple and relatable terms. The merit recipient is Catherine Sands for her Business Post Special Report, How the Justice System Fails. The third merit is for an exclusive story considering the use of DNA in Irish criminal trials. The judges said making the law accessible to everyone is an important goal of the awards, and this piece does just that. The journalist has clearly explained legal concepts to a wide audience while highlighting the evolving use of DNA in Irish courts. So the merit recipient is Michael Doyle of the Irish Sun Special Report, History of DNA in Irish criminal trials. And so the Justice Media Award in the Print and Online Journalism Sunday category goes to a series of articles focused on the proceedings and landmark business interruption test case between FBD and publicans. The judges said this was an in-depth examination of the issues surrounding the crucially important business interruption test case. The scale of legal context and the impressive dissection of the legal arguments in this case stood out. And so the winner of the Justice Media Award in the Print and Online Journalism Sunday category is Peter O'Dwyer of the Business Post for his excellent article, Democrats, the Corpus of Veterans and think some of the headline writers need some rewards here as well. The pandemic losses, the pub, the patrons, and the Premier League thriller. I think that's certainly one that stands out as well. Okay, category 3, print and online journalism local category. 2 merit certificates in this category. The first is for a candid article retelling the reality of experiencing coercive control. The judges said, amplifying the voice of the victims, this excellent article is a standout piece highlighting the crime of coercive control and the legislation in place to protect victims. It's an excellent local journalism. The merit recipient is Ciara McCauley of the Roscommon Herald for her special report, Roscommon Women Recounts 20 Years of Coercive Control. The second merit award is for a long-form article that highlights a worrying issue facing some tenants in the rental sector. The judges pointed out, in light of the housing crisis, this journalism has spotlighted a worrying issue and about tenants' rights. The contribution from external sources made for great reporting. It was a clear and concise read. The merit recipient is Louise Naylor of the Dublin Inquirer for her special report, Tenants and Shape Their Landlords. And so the Justice Media Award in the print and online journalism local category goes to a series of articles highlighting how people with mental illness are criminalised in order to get them treatment. The judges said this classic reporting shone a light on how mental illness collides with the criminal justice system. It's an excellent reporting on a serious and relevant topic which is not covered much elsewhere, a standout item. And the winner of the Justice Media Award in this category is Ronan Dodd of the Tipperary Star. Category 4, Broadcast Journalism, Radio, National. 3 merit certificates here. A documentary which highlights the prevalence of bullying, misogyny, harassment and sexual violence in the Irish Defence Forces. The judges said this is an important piece of journalism which has had huge ramifications since and will hopefully be a catalyst for change. The first merit recipient goes to Katie Hannon and Tom Donnelly for their Radio 1 series, Women of Ireland. The second merit is for a report that highlights the increase in domestic abuse incidents in 2020. The judges described this as giving voices to the victims of crime. This report was a well-produced and powerful piece that dealt with issues in a sensitive manner. Second merit recipients are Brian O'Connell for his Today with Claire Byrne on RTÉ Radio 1 special report, Domestic Violence During COVID. The third merit is for an informative series on the 1970s arms trial. The judges described this as this long-form historic series provided pioneering insight into the High Courts by broadcast trial tapes for the first time in Irish broadcasting and legal history. An excellent and informative listen. The second merit, the recipient goes to Nicole Greer, Ronan Kelly, Liam O'Brien for the RTÉ Radio 1 special report, documentary on one gun plot. And so the Justice Media Award in Broadcasting Journalism Radio National goes to a special report examining the rule of sub judice and the importance of obeying it in the wake of the Aisling Murphy murder. The judges said the seasoned journalism had once again thought outside the box with his legal reporting to clearly explain the concept of sub judice and the consequences of failing to follow it. By delivering this report on an entertainment show, the report has reached a younger audience based and critically has increased the public's understanding of this legal concept. The approach should be applauded. And so the winner is Frank Graney for his special report on the Dermot and Dave show on Today FM, Sub Judice, Headpan and Hockey.
And I think what's very important for people to understand, and when it comes to my job, I obviously have to push my opinions to one side when I'm covering a trial. As you say, I'm restricted by law, but I can and can't say. My daily reporting would obviously have to be just a factual, accurate and balanced account of proceedings. You know, things like colour, opinion while a trial is live are, I would consider to be my mortal enemies. And things like the absence of the jury, for example, can't be repeated on air or in print until after the event.
Our fifth category is broadcast journalism, radio local. So there is one merit recipient in this category, and it's for a timely report which provided valuable advice on the importance of making a will. The judges said this piece was an excellent explainer of how probate law works. With detailed information from the solicitor's guests, this report emphasised the importance of making a will and the consequences of having not made one. The merit recipients are Sinead Hubble, Eileen Butler, Ronan Fahy, and Will Faulkner for the Midlands 103 special report, Making a Will on Midlands 103. And the Justice Media Award in this category goes to a digestible exploration of key legal issues that affect listeners in all aspects of life, from understanding the criminal justice system to answering questions on key legal rights. The judges added, this series of reports goes to the heart of the Justice Media Awards category. This is a public service journalism that explains legal issues clearly and increases our collective understanding of the law. It is encouraging to see regular legal features across local radio. And the award goes to Daniel Constantine, Kevin McGillicuddy, Anne Norris, Kevin McDermott, Joe Finnegan and Tommy Stenson of Shannonside FM.
Let's get straight into it. I own my own home, and I've lived here happily for the past 40 years. My son is good to me, and I'm thinking about transferring my house into his name. It would be a gift to him. I would not be asking him to buy it from me. I would like to get your solicitor's advice.
So category 6 is broadcast journalism podcast format. Two merit certificates here, and the first is for an in-depth discussion on coercive control and how to recognise it. The judges said, bringing this important legal topic to a different audience, this accessible podcast offered a powerful explainer on coercive control. It was an excellent piece of journalism. So the merit recipients are James Leonard, Timothy Long and Ronan Meehan for two Norris podcasts. The reality is that the second merit award is for a crime series highlighting the plight of a young man who was groomed into Ireland's gangland. The judges said, this digestible series was a standout podcast this year, highlighting the impact of gangland crime. It draws attention to Ireland's witness protection programme, and it's in a most impactful way. It's a niche area covered well. So the merit recipients are Joseph O'Callaghan, Ian Malini, Jane Gogan, Nicola Talland, Niamh Cronin and Brenda Jenkinson for their podcast series, The Witness in His Own Words. And the Justice Media Award in the Broadcast Journalism Podcast category goes to an excellent podcast series dedicated to examining legal issues, all while providing a valuable insight into law, recent judgment and cases. The judges said, by discussing topical issues in a straightforward manner, this podcast offers a deeper understanding of complex legal issues, as well as access to guests who are influential in the legal world in a timely and relevant manner. And the winners of the Justice Media Award in the Broadcast Journalism Podcast series are Catherine Sands, Peter Leonard and Mark Tottenham of the Business Post Law Untitled.
I didn't have any other ambitions as a young person. It probably was preordained, but not in my own head. I don't think I ever made a conscious decision that I was going to become a solicitor. It just sort of happened. And certainly when I was leaving school, I was going to City and UCL with a view to qualifying as a solicitor as well. And I obviously ended up doing anything else.
Okay, category 7 is broadcast journalism, TV and video. I think the judges noted that this was an exceptionally strong category this year and have awarded 5 merit certificates. So, the first is for a detailed programme which focused on Ireland's wardship system. The judges said this exceptional report was well presented, and highlighting the Orwellian difficulties in this area of law and the legal system. So the first merit recipients are Frank Shortadice, Kieran Deeney, Matt Nuckin, Martin Vale and Paul Mcguire for the RTE Investigate Special Wardship the Decision Maker. The second is for a crime series that examined the most notorious miscarriage of justice cases from the 70s and 80s. The judges said, featuring first-hand accounts from witnesses, the quality of this reporting was superb. They have a knack of bringing to new life to these familiar stories. So the second merit recipients are John Downs, Mike Pilo, Enda Gallagher, Dara Byrne and Sean McGillis-Fodrick for RTE's special report, Crimes and Confessions. The third is for a special report investigating deaths inside direct provision. The judges said this was a modern piece of broadcasting on a difficult subject. It was a novel way to present the story, which included measured reporting. The merit recipients are Mustafa Darwish, Mustafa Youngus, Omar Imar for the Irish Examiner special report, Death in Direct Provision. The fourth merit award is for a special report focusing on the tragic deaths of 3 children. The judges said a harrowing and difficult story was presented in a sensitive way, focusing on the aftermath and impact. It highlighted the need for investment and critical gaps in a failing system. The merit recipients is Miriam McCallan and Samantha Burke for their primetime special, Primetime, The McGinley Tragedy. The fifth is for a special report examining surrogacy legislation in Ireland. The judges said this report speaks to the criteria for the Justice, perfectly to the criteria for the Justice Media Awards. It is an emotive reporting raising the issues of equality and highlighting gaps in Irish law. So the merit recipient are Sean Dunn, Claire Brock and Joe McKenna for their Tonight Show on Virgin Media special report, Surrogacy Legislation Urgently Needed in Ireland. So the Justice Media Award in the Broadcast Journalism, TV and Video category goes to an Irish language documentary details the response of whistleblowers research which uncovered a culture of discrimination, harassment, bullying, sexual harassment and sexual assault at female members of the Defence Forces. The judges said this captivating story was told in an exceptional way. It was digestible and covered issues that are still prevalent today. And the winners are Maeve Johnstone, Anne Nicoli, Mick Keane, Derek Peely, Joe Edwards of Midas Productions for their excellent Gigi Cahir documentary, Micknock Tom Conwell.
So these sites tradition service quickly supply.
Category 8 is court reporting, print and online. So there are 4 merit certificates in this category. First for a special report detailing Kevin Lunny's trial in the Special Criminal Court. The judges said, when reporting on the same facts of a case, it can be difficult to stand out. However, this report did just that. She provided a gallery review account transporting the reader into the courtroom. So the first merit recipient is Catherine Fagan for Irish Independent Special Report. Kevin Lunny takes the stand in his abduction trial. Second merit is for a series of reports detailing a Court of Appeal and Supreme Court journey for a child rape survivor to name her attacker. The judges said, this report has taken a difficult story and retold it sensitively. It was beautifully written, leaving a lasting impression on the judging panel. So the second merit recipient is Declan Brennan of the Irish Times for his special report, My Name is Ashley. The third merit is for a series of reports revealing the details of scandal at an international charity. The judges said this stalwart report has delivered another top-class story in the largest newspaper in the country. It was an excellent exclusive reporting. So the third merit recipient is Shane Phelan, whose Irish Independent report, Autonomy of a Fraud, How I Stole 1.1 million from charity Boher. So the fourth and final merit in this category goes for a series of court reports sampling everything from murder cases to organised crime. The judges said, this is reporting at its finest, drilling to the details of journalism, expose the details of each case. So the merit recipient is Stephen Breen of the Irish Sun, series of court reports. And the Justice Media Award for court reporting, print and online goes to a challenging long-form article which covered a case detailing sexual abuse and severe neglect of one family of children by their parents and close relatives. The judges said this was a harrowing and disturbing long read, but it was critical that the story was covered, demonstrating high-quality, exceptional journalism, and the content stuck with the judges for days on end. And the winner of the Justice Media Award in this category goes to Isabel Hayes of the Irish Times for excellent reporting and a month's we're halfway through. So category 9, court reporting broadcast. 2 merit certificates on this occasion. The first for a lengthy series of reports following the Kevin Lunny abduction case. The judges said, court reporting plays an extremely important role in legal journalism. The seasoned reporter has delivered another excellent series of reports covering the details of this disturbing case. So the first merit recipient is Frank Graney of the News Talk, and today FM reports the Kevin Lunny abduction trial. The second merit is for another excellent report following the Kevin Lunny abduction case. The judges said, detailing this harrowing case, this local reporter has provided listeners with a valuable understanding of the working of the Special Criminal Court as the Kevin Lunny abduction case came to an end. And this merit award goes to Aaron McElroy of the Shannonside Northern Sound. So his Kevin Lunny abduction trial was sentenced. The Justice Media Award for Court Reporting Broadcasting goes to a series of reports guiding viewers to the details of domestic violence cases and some of the most high-profile criminal trials of 2021. The judges said this series of reports has excellent legal content. It highlighted the prevailing issue of domestic violence against women. Each story was told in a human way, emphasising the impact these crimes have on families. There was concise, emotive court reporting. The winner of the Justice Media Award in the Court Reporting Broadcasting category is Deborah Naylor of Virgin Media News.
Alexandra Flumina said her little sister loved life and had so many plans for hers before it was tragically cut short. And Flumina, who was originally from France, met her at O'Galen shortly after coming to Ireland, and they got married in 2012. By 2017, the trial of the couple's marriage was in serious difficulty.
So we'll move on to the human rights and social justice reporting categories. I suppose recognising the highly competitive nature of these categories in previous years, we've created 2 separate categories of the award in terms of best journalism, print and online, as well as broadcasting. So the first up is the print and online category. 2 merit certificates in this area. The first is for a series that focus on the fight for justice for 50 years from Bloody Sunday. The judges said, this sensitive reporting gave great historical context. The personal stories included connected the readers to history from these tragic events. So the first merit recipient is Jenny Friel for her Irish Daily Mail special, Bloody Sunday, 50 Years Seeking Justice. The second merit is an investigative piece that draws focus on the number of missing immigrant children in the state. The judges said this is a hard-hitting report which has driven interest from readers. We should champion this style of journalism. So the award goes to Shireen Mickey Menon, and I know I butchered this, but I hope it's not too bad. For her Dublin Inquirer special report, dozens of migrant children have gone missing while in the state's care of the situation. And the Justice Media Award in Human Rights and Social Justice Reporting for print and online goes to a special report that delivered comprehensive and insightful reporting on the challenges faced by children from the traveller community when it comes to the justice system. The judge said the story highlights the abuse of the law and the social impact this has on travellers in the justice system. By giving a voice to a minority group within society, this is a textbook example of why this category is important. And the winner of the Justice Media Award in the Human Rights Social Justice Reporting category goes to Maria Delaney and Michelle Hennessy of The Noteworthy and The Journal for the reporting Revolving Door, Travel Women in Prison for Minor Offences such as driving and politics. on to category 11, we have human rights, social justice reporting, broadcasting. 2 merit certificates. The first for a report that focused on the cost of sanitary products for women across Ireland. The judges said, focusing on period poverty, this report does important work highlighting issues for both genders. It was clever reporting which included a detailed discussion on the proposed bill in the areas. So the first merit recipient is Mairead Tui for her 96 F-Amens special report. This should be Second is for a series which explored the stories of Afghans fleeing the Taliban. Judges said, as the news cycle evolves so quickly, sometimes stories can be quickly forgotten. The series brought attention back to Afghanistan and clearly explained the rules for arriving Afghans. The second merit recipients are Laura Fletcher, Mangus Kelly, Stuart Halligan and Rob Riley, Cleena Higgins, Emer Boyle and Will Lett for the RT News special report, Afghanistan fleeing the Taliban. The Justice Media Award in this category goes to, as the judges call it, an extraordinary documentary that details the increase of those seeking help in escaping abusive partners. The story highlights the recently enshrined crime of coercive control and spotlights outreach services available. The judges said, amplifying the voices of the victims made for considered and emotive storytelling, all while examining the bigger legal issues at play here. This piece highlights the lack of places victims can go to when suffering from domestic abuse, and this was a standout piece. And the winners of the Justice Media Award for Human Rights, Social Justice Reporting and Broadcasting are Barry O'Kelly, David Doran, Anne Coon, Paul Mcguire, and Darren Khan, all being Africans, Domestic Abuse, a Year of Progress.
You can't be who you are. You told me I was born, I was unattractive, I was ugly, I had to go from me. I don't understand why people do this to me. I don't understand.
So category 12 is a new area, environmental and climate justice reporting. Just one merit in this award in this category this year, and it goes to an explainer that addresses key issues around energy and renewable power. The judges said, focused on a myriad of issues, this skilled journalist answered important questions in a helpful and digestible way, answering why the cost of energy is going up. So the first merit recipient is Sarah Taf Mcguire for her Business Post special report, the amount of renewable energy declared by providers substantially higher. And the award in this category goes to a long-form article that addresses how An Taisce challenges fit into an ongoing trend in Ireland and globally of climate activists challenging environmental policy through individual projects. The judges said the journalist includes significant legal context and tackles a story that will likely become more prolific over time. Similar cases will be significant for lawyers in this area for a long time to come. And the winner of the Justice Media Award for Environment and Climate Justice Reporting goes to Laura Roddy for her article in The Currency, From Project to Planning and Policy, What the Battle for Bellevue Means for Industrial Development. Category 13 is International Justice Reporting. One merit certificate in this category for a series of reports exploring the individual and details behind a property empire which ran out of Ireland. The judges said, dissecting the details of a pyramid scheme and how Irish directors abused their position, this was a superb investigative reporting with good legal context. So the Merit Award goes to Fergal O'Connor for his Sunday Independent special report unravelling the web of Irish connections behind the development of property rights. And the Justice Media Award for International Justice Reporting category goes to an excellent podcast that told the story of an Irish woman who was brutally attacked in her home in Paris and details the subsequent police investigation. So the judges said, detailing the heart-wrenching and dynamic story, the podcast format leaves the listener gripped on the streets and on the secrets and lies told and the questioning who to believe. It's a story of courage and resilience which focuses on the victim of the crime. And the winners of the Justice Media Award in the International Justice Reporting goes to Roisin Nudie, Nicola Greer and Padda Carney for their excellent podcast, Documentary on One.
December 2012. Everything was blank. I couldn't access any good memories. I couldn't access any bad memories. It was as if my life began that day for a long, long time.
So next up is category 14, Newcomer of the Year. 4 merit certificates have been awarded. The first of which is drilling into the details of the sub judice rule. This newcomer journalist has demonstrated the ability to explain important legal concepts in an understandable and readable manner. So the merit recipient is Patrick O'Donoghue of The Times Ireland. Second merit goes to a journalist that has shown great talent and expertise in his ability to cover a range of topics, including some non-traditional stories. And the merit recipient is Conor Courtney of the Irish Legal News. Our third merit goes to a journalist whose reporting has demonstrated a clear writing style and amplifies the voices of victims in his writing. He is excellent in his excellent newcomer piece. The recipient is Danny Duval of the Irish Sun. The fourth category, as the judges say, is a newcomer in the truest terms. This first-time court reporter has delivered a strong piece of journalism on a tragic story. We look forward to what comes from this next from this local reporter. So the recipient is Robert Fahy of Midlands 103. So the Justice Media Award for the Newcomer of the Year goes to a newcomer who has produced an excellent body of work on a diverse and engaging range of topics. She has a clear talent for explaining legal concepts well and writes like a veteran journalist. So the winner of the Justice Media Award in the Newcomer of the Year category is Lauren Boland of the Journal for her reports employers' legal responsibilities in the defense of workers, anti-racism, and justice legislation. Category 15. This is the final category before we move on to the overall award, and it's only our second year of having a Student Journalism Award. very much encouraged to see such a high calibre of entries this year. The award aims to recognise emerging talent and support the future of legal journalism. So we've one merit certificate. This is for a documentary which aimed to encourage and empower people to engage with the Constitution. The judges said this was an engaging and comprehensive report explaining aspects of Bunnock na HÉireann, and the contributions from subject matter experts made it easy to understand and relate to. So the first merit recipient is Ellen O'Regan of Flirt FM for her special report, Back to Bunnock, empowering people to engage So the Justice Media Award in the Student Journalism category goes for a 4-month investigation article that focuses on the lack of refuge for women fleeing domestic violence in Ireland. The judges said this investigative article is on a par with any established professional quality journalism today. It clearly highlights how Ireland is worryingly contravening the Istanbul Convention and is doing important work by highlighting the issue in the public domain. So our second ever Justice Media Award for Student Journalism category goes to Kingwa Patroshan, again, apologies for pronunciation, Natasha Lynch, Shauna Ledgwich, Jane Moore and Carissa Rock for their Journal.ie piece, 2 years on, Ireland is failing to act in spirit on agreement to help women escaping domestic violence. So congratulations to all the recipients and all the category winners, and we move on to our final awards this evening, which is the overall winner. So every year the judging panel aims to present an overall winner to the entry they saw as standing out from all of the others. This year the overall winning entry was earmarked by the judges as an excellent piece of journalism far beyond its reach in the Justice Media Awards. Highlighting ongoing issues with the court service, this piece of journalism offered unique insights and access to the judiciary. They gained access. It's clear that they had to build up trust and establish that their own reputation as journalists really preceded them. So the overall winners of the Justice Media Awards of 2022 from the print online journalism daily category are Mary Carolyn and Simon Carswell for the Irish Times Inside the District.
I've nothing prepared. I wasn't expecting this. First of all, I want to thank the Law Society. It's just an amazing honour. We're really privileged to have won, not just one award, but two, and the overall award. So from myself and Simon, who refuses to come up here, but we are delighted because we felt it was a really important piece of journalism to get access to the district courts, which are the underbelly of the courts, and many people don't really know what goes on in the district courts, but it's a cliche, but all human life is there and people in desperate straits. And it was very important, we felt, that the judiciary cooperated with us, because they're at the coalface day after day, as are the solicitors and the barristers, and they know what's happening, and they know the absolute kind of dreadful conditions that some of the district courts are operating under, and that impacts on everybody, but particularly the litigants. And when you see people particularly struggling with difficult family law cases, working in these pretty subhuman conditions and expected to deal with enormous issues like guardianship of children and abuse orders and barring orders and all that kind of thing, it's a real wake-up call. So we're very honoured to get it for that piece of work. Thank you all.
I just want to echo what Mary said. It was very important that we get inside the district courts and talk to the judges and see inside those courts and the important works that they do. I just want to add one thing. I just want to dedicate this award to a colleague that we lost recently, David McKechnie, who's a really good friend and is sadly missed, so I'd like to dedicate it to him. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Mary and Simon and to all our award winners and merit certificate winners as well. As I said, we'll gather outside in not too distant future just to take a group photograph of everybody, if that's okay. Look, just remains to me to say a few thank yous. Thank you to all for being here today. Very much looking forward to next year's event. Glad to see that we're all back together again, obviously. We can't quite say post-pandemic yet, but at least hopefully moving into a new phase. Before I conclude, this event like this is not put together by any one individual. It is definitely a team effort, so there's lots of people to thank. Particularly Fitz's Catering has already been mentioned, and again I want to add my thanks to that. They've done a superb job today as they do for us on many occasions. Alan Green in the bar and his team as well, I want to thank you very much. John, James, Andrew, Pavel, Wilhelmina, Gail and Joan from the facilities team here in Blackhall Place. Paul, Billy and the security team, Don's Flowers, as you see the beautiful flowers in front of you there. Jason Clark, photography, thank you Jason as always for your help here today. Stephen Bergen of Video Base, Barry and Magpie AV who've assisted us with some of our acoustic issues here in the hall as well, which is brilliant. Sarah Baird, Michael Keynes and Derek Owens from IT and social media team support, really appreciate that. And specifically the Justice Media Awards team, Lorenzo, Miriam, Deirdre, Siobhan Masterson, and all led by our Director of Representative and Member Services, Terry Kelly. Just want to thank all of them for all their efforts to pull together today, as well as obviously Sonia McEntee and the judges team who did a huge and immense amount of work to get us to today as well. So thank you all. I think what only remains to me is I believe it's a tradition of a journey across to Walsh's for some at least in the aftermath of this. Hope to see